Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name is Max, and I'm here with another Modern League today, and I'm excited to get into this one. I'm going to be playing some red-green Scapeshift today with a very unique list that I have just designed, and this is actually kind of a continuation from a previous video. Brewed a Rug Scapeshift deck with Expressive Iteration and Explore and Growth Spiral, and this is kind of like where I wanted to go from there. Before I get into the changes and what we're doing today, let me shout out the channel real quick. It's youtube.com/snapbolt. Check it out. Link in the description below. Lots of good popper content, lots of good modern content on there. Something for everyone. So if you like my content, please consider supporting me by subscribing. It's the best way to do so. And without further ado, let's get right into this. This is sick. Okay, so this deck is just straight up an old classic Scapeshift deck, but kind of made some changes in what we're trying to do. I think Chalice of the Void is really well positioned right now. So I wanted to build this deck around Chalice and just play 4 Chalice main and then not play any Lightning Bolts essentially or Grazers, so just none of the 1-drops. Seems kind of awkward and seems really clunky, and it is, but Chalice just seems so good against the Cascade decks and against just like the blue Delver type Murktide decks. Casting Chalice on 1 seems really strong, especially in game 1. So just 4 Chalice main as our interaction, and every single other card in the deck essentially helps us put lands into play. That's all the deck does, except for Scapeshift, which is just an I win button. But the deck is just really, really streamlined. 30 lands, that's a ton of lands. 4 Search for Tomorrow, 4 copies of Explore, and I think Explore is one of the better ones, especially when your land count is this high. 3 Farseeks, 4 Sakura Tribe Elders. This card is just nice because, especially if we don't have Bolt or even any like Anger or 3 damage effects Wraths main, Sakura can chump and then sack, so it can gain some life and be a rampant growth, which is why Sakura Tribe Elder is so good. Steve, nice. And then 4 Dryad. This card really makes the deck tick, allows you to start triggering Valakuts way earlier, and it's incredible with these fetch lands. Then 3 Scapeshifts, not 4, could be 4, but when you draw them early, they don't really do anything. But once you get up to 7 lands, you can deal 18 damage, and then once you get past that with Scapeshift, you can deal way, way more damage. Especially with Dryad, the damage just becomes insane. And then 4 Primeval Titan, of course. No Summoner's Pact, because a lot of times I feel like I will want to Chalice on 0, because even against like Lurrus decks, they all have 4 bobble. So especially with multiple Chalices, a lot of times you're just going to go turn 1, tap land, Chalice on 0, go. And then you lock out their bobbles at least, so you're doing something. And if you already have a Chalice on 1, you may want to consider just playing a Chalice on 0. So there's those things as well. And we can spend our mana on turn 1 with just Search for Tomorrow or just playing tap lands. 4 Castle Garenbrig, even though it lowers your mountain count, I think it's just worth it because it's just basically like a combo with Primeval Titan. Essentially, like with 5 lands, if one of them's a Castle Garenbrig, you can cast Primeval Titan. So it makes it a lot easier to turn 4 Titan, because all you need is turn 2 ramp, turn 3 ramp, turn 4 Primeval Titan with Garenbrig. So that's the idea. Obviously, Search for Tomorrow, if we have it in our opening hand, it's going to be great in this deck. Really light on interaction, so I am worried about the opponent going like turn 1 Ragavan and then we can't bolt it or anything. But that's kind of like, I think, just like what we give up in order to have such a consistent amount of such a consistent deck with a lot of inevitability, I should say. Okay, moving on to the sideboard. 3 Bonecrusher Giant looks weird, but I wanted to play some more cheap interaction. And out of the 2 damage removal spells, I felt like Bonecrusher was good because if anybody brings in hate for like our Valakuts, like where they can exile them or something like that, we don't really have many ways to win. But if we're just bringing in Bonecrusher Giant and maybe Endurance, then we can just attack them with these kind of like beefy, cheap creatures. And this gives us an early piece of interaction against like decks with a lot of cheap 1-drops like Ragavan and even DRC and stuff like that. 3 copies of Anger of the Gods. Not only is this good hate like against random decks like Dredge, it's just a nice 3 mana Wrath. 2 Crumble to Dust, mostly for Tron, but we can also use it against Saga decks if we want. 4 copies of Endurance. This card is like 75 ticks on Magic Online right now. Shout out to Card Hoarder for the rental account. And this card is just really well positioned. It's really good against mill. It's real because you can target yourself. It's free graveyard hate. All of our spells in the main deck, except for Chalice, are green, so it's really easy to evoke. And casting it 3 mana, 3/4 flash reach is just a really nice rate. So card's great. And then 3 Vorcit Vigor as our naturalized effect of choice because again, so many green cards. All these pitch green spells are just so strong. The only other thing I wanted to talk about before we get to the games is just a little bit more about the mana base. 30 lands. I'm playing 1 Cavern. Just seems nice to name Giant in some matchups. 1 Gemstone Caverns. Could be 2 or 3, but I don't really want to have multiples ever. And if we just ever spike it, it's going to be really good with Chalice and our 2-drops. So I think 1 is good, but I don't know if 2 or 3 is good. And then just a mix of mountains and snow-covered mountains. Just honestly for fun and just kind of to mess with them. I don't know if it's better or worse, but it might be better just to have regular lands, honestly, but we're going to do the mix. Why not? It's kind of fun to have it. And then, yeah, 4 Valakutes, of course, 5 fetch lands, 4 Stomping Grounds, 3 Cinderglades. Could be 4. I really like Cinderglade in this deck, actually. Not only is it a red and green source, but it can enter untapped and you can fetch for it once you have 2 basics. And then just 1 Sheltered Thicket as just a cycle land that's also a mountain. Just to get the mountain count higher also, which is nice. So yeah, really, really streamlined deck. Very clunky, very slow, but we'll see how it does. We'll see how it does. Let's go round 1. All right, welcome to round 1 with red-green Scapeshift. Snap keep this. This hand looks fine. Looks actually really good. We can just go turn 1 Stomping Ground, suspend Search for Tomorrow, turn 2 Castle, Farseek. So it looks good. Pay 2 life, yes. Suspend Search. Having Search for Tomorrow in your opening hand is really nice with this deck. And then we'll probably just draw lands and ways to put more lands into play because that's all we have in our deck. If we draw Chalice, that's nice. We're against Misty Rainforest into Steam Vents. All right, turn 1 Ragavan. See if we can ignore that. It's kind of tough to do. The good thing is, one thing I was thinking about Ragavan is like, they can't cast that many things off our deck for really like that great value. Like, there's nothing they can cast that's so good with Ragavan. All right, I think I actually want to get a basic here, which is weird because then my Cinderglades can enter untapped, and I basically have nothing left. So let's just get a mountain, pass, and then I can search for tomorrow for another mountain and then start playing these Cinderglades. They're down to 17, so if I get to 7 lands, then I can just start scape shifting to try to win. Ooh, I mean, that is something they can hit. They're going to cast it. They're going to play Rampant Growth from my deck. Sure. Soul Guide Lantern, sure. Doesn't really do anything. So it's like Rug mid-range probably. All right, let's cast this search. They didn't... Oh, they didn't crack Steve yet. They didn't crack Steve yet. I see. Search for Tomorrow also puts the land in untapped. So I guess if we draw Primeval Titan, we can cast it. Turn 3 Titan with the castle, which is really nice with Search. Which is why this card is so good in this deck. No Lurrus Companion for our opponent, so I'm assuming they're like Rug mid-range with Murktide Regent. Okay, we just draw Wooded Foothills. Don't really want to take any more damage. I think I'm just going to play Cinderglade. Again, unfortunately no Titan here. That would have been so sick. But we only have the 4. We don't have any Summoners packs. They're going to ramp here. Need to wait 2 more turns before I can start casting Scape Shifts, and they might have counters. Renin 6. Get back Misty Rainforest. It's fine. Again, I just need them to not have actual counter spells to deal with both these Scape Shifts. Then I can just try to win with those. If they don't kill me, then I threaten to kill. 1 card combo of Scape Shift in this deck. Obviously, you have to build your mana base accordingly. Oh, Finale. Okay, I know what deck this is. I actually wanted to play this deck. I was really close. So it's like Rug Asmo, but you play 4 Renin 6 and 4 Urza Saga. And then you have like that engine, and then you have this Asmo engine as well. But we don't really care about anything they're doing here. Like, if we can just ignore everything right now and then just get to 7 lands, they don't have a counter, Scape Shift, you're dead. That's the plan. So let's go Forest, pass. And then next turn, cast Scape Shift. Hope it resolves. I don't know if that deck plays any counter spells. So if they're just dirtling mid-ranging over there and we just cast Escape Shift, then we win. They hit for 5, they trigger Ragavan. They could cast Primeval Titan. They hit the last Scape Shift. That's funny. They could Scape Shift for like multiple Urza Sagas. That would actually be kind of sick, but it wouldn't matter. Again, I don't think that deck plays counter spells, especially from the look of the cards we're seeing. I'd be surprised. Ooh, they can gain 3, but they're at 11, so it's not enough. They create a food. I don't think there's any way they get out of this without a counter. I don't see them having actual counterspell. I don't really see them having Metallic Rebuke, and that doesn't even counter it because we're going to have 3 mana untapped. So, just going to go float 7 mana, cast Scape Shift. Hope it resolves. This has been like the most dirtily game. Just do nothing. And there's a Valakut. Let me just double check to make sure I don't mess up. Whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under your control, if you control at least 5 other mountains, you can have it deal 3 damage. So if I just play Valakut, sack 6 lands, and get all mountains, then I should still trigger everything. So I would do that, but I would also want to play around Metallic Rebuke here. So I guess I just Cinderglade. And then let's just go float everything. Cast Scape Shift. They draw a card. Okay. They crack food. They draw a card. And they concede. Nice. Very straightforward deck. All right. Force of Vigor is great. I can kill Urza Saga plus an artifact with that. I think Bone Crusher Giant seems good. Honestly, some number of Angers seem good as well because I can just either get Ragavan and or Asmo with it. I could bring in even Crumble to Dust for their sagas. But I don't think I really want to. Definitely want Force of Vigor. I actually don't think I want Bone Crusher. I think my plan of just Valakutting them is good. Could have like 1 or 2 Angers. But again, I think most of the time I just want to like ignore what they're doing. And their stuff gets, their like saga tokens can be pretty big. I mean, Endurance I can flash in. I can eat their graveyard, which is decent. I just don't think it's enough. I don't really want to do any of that stuff. I think I'm just going to bring in Force of Vigor and see how that goes. Again, maybe 1 or 2 Anger is correct, but I'm just going to go without it. All right. Scape Shift seems good. They might bring in some more counters to try to deal with that. What's my worst card? I could side out like a land or 2, but definitely not Gemstone Caverns on the draw, that's for sure. I can just take out the Farseeks, bring in the Force of Vigors, call it a day. Let's go. Chalice on 0 can actually counter Asmo because the CMC, the mana value of that is 0, but Chalice on 1 can also do stuff against them. We'll see. All right, I'll keep. Now we determine if we want to Chalice on 0 to try to stop Asmo. I don't even think Asmo is that good. Chalice on 1 might be better. Gilded Goose. Yep. I think I want to just tap land and then Chalice on 1. Chalice on 2 is also pretty decent. It's not even that likely they can play an Asmo next turn. I think I'm just going to Cinderglade here and then play into Chalice on Chalice for 1 next turn and then just hope to draw more lands. 30 lands in the deck, so let's draw some lands here. Three mana. What is this? This can't be an Emery. They would only have to pay 2 for Emery. Oh, Finale for 1. Okay, well, I'm happy I didn't Chalice for 0. That wouldn't work. Oh, they get Ragavan. That's interesting. Was not expecting that, gotta be honest. Alright, let's just go Mountain, Chalice for 1. Pass. Yeah, they get to start Ragavaning here, but I get to Dryad next turn. I wonder if I even Cavern name Dryad or Nymph and then resolve these guaranteed, because these are pretty good at stopping this. Oh my god. They seriously hit Force of Vigor. That's pretty annoying, honestly, to kill Chalice. I mean, we can still just play a Dryad next turn, but what are the chances? Wow. Oh, they're playing Urza. Okay, they don't care about this? Okay. Oh, man. We're also out of lands, which just sucks. We have to draw, like, all lands moving forward. Why don't I just go play Cavern named Giant? Make sure to try to resolve Primeval Titan. Play Dryad. Play Wooded Foothills. Pass the turn. Our Chalice is on 1, which does stop a good number of cards from their deck. Maybe it won't matter. Yeah, I guess they would have finale'd for 0 to Asmo, so that makes sense to why they got Ragavan. This is a finale again for 0. Get Asmo. But they can't play a cookbook with it, so they're gonna have to make food with the Gilded Goose, I guess. So they can search for cookbook. They got it, but again, Chalice counters that. I'm gonna play it into Chalice. Nice. And I don't want to fetch. I want to keep all the lands in my deck to be able to draw them. And no attacks at all from the opponent. No land there was really bad. Alright, let's go explore. The time when you draw too many Primeval Titans. Jeez. Could have just played a Dryad, but I wanted to explore into a land and then next turn draw a land and then cast Primeval Titan. The good news is the opponent's not doing anything. The bad news is we're not really doing much either. They can make a food with Gilded Goose. Can't believe they didn't Force a Vigor. They played Urza instead. They could have Force a Vigor and killed the Chalice. Not sure about that. Just nothing for the opponent? Wow. Let's go play Wooded Foothills. Play Dryad. Just another good blocker. And then we just need to top deck a land. And we have a lot of lands left in our deck, that's for sure. Also, if I draw a land, I can just scape shift them. Because I have double Dryad out. So with one Dryad, you can scape shift on 6. Oh, they have Force of Vigor just in their deck. Kill both Dryads. Alright, it's pretty bad. Now I'm going to be taking a bunch of damage here. They get to hit with Ragavan. I just need to draw a land. Then Primeval Titan's going to be massive. I think I'll fetch for some tap lands here. Get more mountains into play. They hit a Steve. They're going to cast it. They only have 2 cards left, and I can have an uncounterable Titan as long as I draw lands. Just go to 10. Guess I'll just get these. I guess I get Sheltered Thicket. I'm not going to want to cycle Sheltered Thicket this game, so I'm fine to just not be able to draw a tap land here. And I guess I could get basic, but I guess I just get Cinderglade. Now if I draw the last Cinderglade, do I get punished? Chalice. Chalice kind of sucks. I don't want to like Chalice and then draw a 2-drop, but I just really want to draw a land. I think I'm going to Chalice for X equals 2. All right. I'm at 10. So I'm going to hit for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why didn't they attack with this? They make a food and then they make another food. Is that lethal? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. It's lethal if they just make a food attack for 10. These chalices weren't that great here, but I still think they're... I mean, they have to bring in Force of Vigor. We have Dryads as well. Still think Chalice is decent, especially if we're on the play. Right, they make a food attack for 10. They got us. Could have won if we just... like, if I went Primeval Titan, get Valakut plus Mountain there. Oh no, then I don't even trigger... I don't even trigger Valakut. I don't have enough mountains. The Force of Vigor was just brutal. Alright, do I want any Angers? Might just be worth it. I did remember that they had Gilded Goose, but I just wasn't sure if I should have it. I definitely want my own Force of Vigors, that's for sure. I mean, I could take out Chalice against them. Just take it out entirely, especially if they're going to have Force of Vigor in their deck, because Dryad can still just ramp me. Play like Farseeks and more Angers instead of the Chalices. Because again, these just don't do that well against Force. It's pretty close. I'm not entirely sure. We could just have like only 2 copies of Chalice. They have to be an Urza Saga deck that they just haven't drawn Saga yet. I mean, Chalice on 1 stops like Cookbook, a lot of their 1-drops that they can get from Saga, but yeah, I'm gonna try this. It should be like an Anger deck plus have 1 Farseek. All right, let's try it. Try a different game plan on the draw here. All right, keep this hand. This hand looks totally reasonable. They mulligan to 5. We can always essentially like cast this for free if we want, but can also just cast it for 4 mana depending on what the opponent does. They might not give us targets that early anyway. Just want to draw lands at this point. I like leading Cinderglade. Not sure if I should. Could lead basics, but... Alright. Birding Pool, Gilded Goose. Turn 1 Drum. That doesn't seem that great. Not that scared of that. Again, I would like to not pitch anything in my hand because my hand's actually pretty good. Ragavan. They must have just drawn that. They would have cast that last turn, right? They're really stuck on mana. Definitely going to Dryad here. I guess I'm just getting Sheltered Thicket. Again, I don't see myself cycling in these games, at least in this matchup right now, so just get the tap land. And then just play Dryad plus basic here, I think. They could have an answer for this, like a force or something, but they mulliganed pretty low here. Okay, pass. Again, I can just Titan next turn with this castle. It does seem worth it to have these. They just allow you to Titan one turn earlier, like a lot of the time. Force of Vigor, pitch Wrenn in 6, sure. I can still cast Titan next turn, so it's going to be pretty good against a board of 2 mana. And we have 2 cards left as well. They make a treasure, they exile a Cavern of Souls, sure. And they don't do anything. Nice. Let's go castle, cast Titan. They have a counter for it? Looks like they do. Maybe an Aether Gust? Oh, they do have Rebuke. Okay. Well, we're down to nothing left. Can still draw Titan or Scapeshift, or just draw Valakut naturally, but that sucked. It might just kill us with the Ragavan, we'll see. Also, this is just likely to exile lands. Yep. Oh, there's a Valakut. It's actually kind of annoying. I want them to play a Saga so I can kill that. Is this a Urza? Feels like it. Why would they sec? Oh, Thought Monitor. It's annoying. Why'd they play land first? They have another Rebuke up or something? Of Shadow Spear? Okay, now I'm going to just kill Thought Monitor plus Shadow Spear with this force. Scapeshift. Okay. Well, that is great. So I have 5, 6 mana. So I can't Scapeshift yet. But I actually can if I draw land on this Explore. Oh, geez. Change of plans. Let's go. Nice. We're 1 land off of just casting Scapeshift now. This deck is very straightforward. They cycle Triome, play land, pass. And now we just Scapeshift them. Scapeshift. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And they don't want to go through with it. I honestly don't like playing this deck in real life because of like how this like matches like this go. It's not like that. It's not exactly like as interactive as playing like these blue decks where you're like cantripping and deciding what to do. You're kind of just like ramp, especially then in real life, shuffle, ramp, shuffle, ramp, shuffle, ramp, shuffle, cast Scapeshift. Okay, next game. I mean, the deck is decent. Opponent had some pretty bad luck there, but nice. 1-0. See you in round 2. All right, round 2. We're in Urpazd. I'm gonna keep this hand. It's not that great, but I mean, it's lands and a ramp spell and a Scapeshift, so talk about inevitability. Valakuts and mountains here, huh? This is a Ragavan, DRC, okay. And Bobble. Yep, this is gonna be rough. Do we side in the Endurance in this matchup? I think the answer is yes. It's good against their Murktides, just getting these down early, and you can flash it in, block this or Ragavan. Maybe I should have even sided those in the last matchup too, but I want the deck to stay very straightforward. All right, let's Cinderglade, pass. And then we can turn to just Tri-Builder. We couldn't have Valakuted and then into a turn 2 Tri-Builder, so we didn't have much choice. These Serum Visions. I think tomorrow I'm going to play in a Super PTQ or Super Qualifier. They've been in iteration, so they might be looking for a second land here. Or maybe they have multiple iterations in hand or something. Cinderglade should tell them like that we're probably on Scape Shift, but I guess they don't know for sure. Let's see what they do here. They went top, play land, play like another threat. Bolt, turn on DRC, hit for 6. Yep, it's a problem. Looks like we're going to be too slow on the draw here. Deck is just so good. Primeval Titan, okay. Let's go Steve, pass the turn. F6 here. I'm not going to F6 on their turn because I'm going to need to crack Steve. I guess I'm actually getting Mountain here. I want to have more mountains so I can start to turn on these Valakut's more quickly. The bad news is I can't turn 3 Titan. So I just get Mountain. I need double green for this castle actually, so actually getting Mountain was also a mistake. I just feel like this is going to be too slow. Because if they just have a counterspell here, then a turn 5 Titan is not good enough. Snap Bolt. Oh, that's brutal to do to me. You can't Snap Bolt, Snap Bolt. Nobody Snap Bolt, Snap Bolt. I guess Urpaz does. So I go to 8. They turn off Delirium, but they can probably turn it back on. They probably have lethal here, honestly. Unholy Heat. So they hit for 5 down to 3, and then all they need is a Bolt. And even if I Titan next turn, I'm not going to be able to really do anything. I'm still dead on board, even if I Titan, so I think it's over. Chalice, for one, is fantastic in this matchup, and I don't think they're going to be expecting that. I mean, they know we're going to be a Primeval Titan deck, but I think I don't want to show them anything else. Let's see, I can play 2 lands. I just can't do anything. All right. We just clunked out. Just too slow against this really strong modern deck here. Let's bring in Endurance. Let's just try this whole sideboard plan of having like way more interaction here. I think some number of angers or all the angers is still good. Let's take out like a lot of the ramp that doesn't interact. I know that's weird, but so I want to just keep like some number of explorers. Also, Escape Shift seems kind of tough to resolve. I might rather just hit lands naturally, ramp earlier, and just maybe just not worry about Escape Shift at all, because I can just win with like Primeval Titan, Endurance, and Bonecrusher Giant, plus like just naturally hitting land drops. So just keep my Explorer side out, Farseek, Search for Realm, bring in all these creatures. Get more interaction that way. Our deck is so clunky right now. Do I want Search for Tomorrow over Explorer? I don't think so. Let's just clunk out and just try to play a Chalice on 2. We have, again, Bonecrusher Giant on 2. So our deck's not as clunky as it looked there because of Bonecrusher Giant. Alright, let's keep. This hand looks great. They mulligan to 6. I wonder if I think I'm going to Chalice on 0 and then Chalice on 1 and just like hope I just lock them out. So let's just go Cinderglade, Chalice, go. And then I'm going to Chalice on 1 next turn and then just try to draw lands. All right, they get a DRC down. There's a Dryad. I think I should get Mountains into play here in Stomping Ground. I think it's worth. Not expecting them to have Force of Negation still. No baubles, no 1-drops allowed for them. They can still cast 1-drops to try to turn on Delirium, though. Dot Scour gets countered. They Surveil. They have land instant right now. Creature. So if they play another 1-drop, like a sorcery, they can turn this on. Now they need to hit another card type because they still only have 3. So they need to hit sorcery or artifact here. They didn't. But they did get to bin some more 1-drops. Okay, that was a good draw. I'm just going to play... I was going to say I'm just going to play a Dryad, but maybe I should start exploring because... Yeah, I should. Because I want to just continue to draw lands. Nice. Now any land we draw, we can just Primeval Titan next turn. Seems great. Oh, I didn't explore again. What am I doing? That was really bad. I was thinking to explore twice, and then I just passed the turn. Wow, that's a sign to stop playing. But I'm going to keep playing. I just played a long league right before this. So that's my excuse. And now they're just going to Murktide. It's not going to be that big of a Murktide. Oh man, that was a huge, huge punt. Because if I don't draw a land here, I don't get to cast Primeval Titan. But if I had drawn a land next turn, I would. Okay, well, sort of don't get punished, but I kind of needed more lands in play. Do get to resolve Primeval Titan. We also don't have the Dryad in play, but can't have everything. I guess I'm just getting double Valakut here. I could get 1 Valakut, but with Dryad, I think getting 2 is better. Because next turn I can play Dryad and then attack with Titan, get 2 more Valakuts, and then have a million triggers. And we're unlikely to die here. Especially with the Chalice on 1. So, they need like a counterspell for this Dryad, basically. Looks like they're going to try to turn on this DRC, hit for 9 in the air, but then I just get to kill them. So I misplayed hard by not playing Explore, but looks like we might not get punished. All right, they turn this on, they can hit for 9. But now, almost certainly they can't counter this, and then we just win on the swing back. Okay, well, now we can even play 2 Dryads, so... All right. This also plays around, I don't know, just some type of removal spell. Yeah, they just concede. Okay, Chalice showing its strength there, and we didn't have to show Endurance or Bonecrusher Giant or Anger, which is really nice. All right, let's actually, I was going to say, let's actually like, the curve looks more like this, because Bonecrusher Giant on Stomp is actually pretty relevant, and this is also a 2-drop, so our deck actually looks like a lot different. Okay, they're going to obviously bring an Artifact Destruction for the Chalice, but I mean, that's fine. I still definitely want Chalice, because they still need to find their Artifact Destruction spell. I think I like not having the state shifts. Again, can just win with these too. And just naturally playing lands. Let's run it back. The castle was huge there. I can't believe I just didn't play Explorer. Sorry for that. Try to tighten up. Alright, keeping this. Turn 3 cast Endurance. Seems great. Have a lot of lands, which is nice too. It's nice when you naturally draw the Valakuts, but we haven't really gotten those draws yet. Okay. Just play this tapped. F6. Turn 2, we'll play Explorer. Turn 3, we'll play Endurance. Pretty straightforward. Serum Visions trigger. DRC is such a messed up card. Bin a DRC, because they are trying to turn this on, and they might need to hit lands. If they miss on lands, that's going to put me in a much better position, especially Endurance eating this. on turn 3 will be huge if I'm able to pull that off. It's possible that just like 4 endurance main might be the best interaction spell to have in Modern right now. I was thinking about doing that too. Could even just not play Chalice and play Endurance main, or play Chalice and Endurance. But then you're taking out ramp spells. I mean, we could go down to like 28 lands, but I think having all the lands is really good. I mean, you win the game by putting lands into play, and having 30 lands is, I think, really strong. All right, did they bolt and go for Delirium? No, they want to keep their Scry set up. Ooh, Chalice. I'm just going to cast Chalice. I mean, they could have Spell Pierce, but they could Spell Pierce this also, so I think I'm just playing Mountain, play Chalice. I'll have to play Forest next turn, but that's fine. Chalice for 1. Do they have Spell Pierce? Or are they just going to bolt me? They bolt me. They probably should have... Oh no, they're going to have to top here probably because they Serum Visioned. Yeah, okay, so they knew that that was going to be on top. But they still kept on top, so they might have an answer for Chalice, but even then that's fine because I have Endurance next turn. Oh, they're just doing that to Surveil? Interesting. So they hit land. Now they could have counter up, but I'm going to just pass the turn here with Endurance up. They need Counterspell for this Endurance. Gonna try to eat the DRC on attacks. Oh, they're playing Murktide. Damn. That sucks, that sucks. Let's play Forest. Do I want to pass the turn, or do I want to just play Endurance right now? Just pass. They may try to like turn on DRC or something. Man, that 6/6 is going to kill me quick. I might have to chump. Please no counterspell. I really wanted to try to eat this. I mean, their deck is mostly 1-drops. Sucks I wasn't able to keep them off Murktide. But next turn Explorer, turn after that Titan. I mean, this also is a 3-turn clock because I'm at 13 and it's a 6/6. They have Aether Gust. Interesting. I think I want to top this because I want to flash it in to be able to chump. And I have enough lands here. I can't really fetch with this Wooded Foothills, unfortunately, but I might have to at some point. Oh, I got hit for 1. So now I have to chump next turn. Oh, God. Looks like we might be going down here. There's a castle. Does that change anything? So I have to chump the Regent. I want to play all mountains here. Don't know if this is going to be enough. I guess I should just flash this in now to play around exactly counterspell, but then if this gets countered, I'm probably going to lose anyway. Still, at least this gives me a better chance. I think if I just Endurance now, let's just cast. Shuffle your graveyard back in. Oh, that grows the Murktide. I mean, that is actually relevant. I should have Endurance to myself, probably, because now I can't kill this with 2 Valakut triggers, which, that's relevant too, yeah. Could draw another Endurance, maybe. Do they have like a 4-mana spell, like a Jace? Or they just have Aether Gust? Oh, Abrade the Chalice. Okay. This is probably the deck I'm going to play in the PTQ tomorrow. Even though everyone knows about it, it's still just so strong. I definitely have not played that tight this match. All right. I have to chump. Go to 5. I have 4 mountains in play, so I can't even shoot anything with this prime time. I think I'm just dead. Don't think I have any outs. I could have tried to keep them off Murktide by evoking this earlier, but I just don't think that's I don't think that's exactly a realistic plan. And I only have 1 trigger off a Valakut here. I'll just cast this for fun to see if they have anything. But yeah, I can only get 1 Valakut plus Mountain here, so it's just not enough. Again, I can only trigger once here. If I get Valakut plus Mountain, I get 1 Bolt. Doesn't do it. Just a little bit too clunky for us. GG's. Down to 1-1 here. Okay. We were close to turning the corner. I wonder if I didn't endurance their graveyard, would that have mattered? I don't think that would have mattered. I think I was just a little bit behind there. Just needed to have a slightly better draw. Like Bone Crusher the DRC, or maybe have another green card in hand where I didn't want to pitch Titan so I could endurance exile their graveyard before they got to Murktide. I don't know, that was rough. 1-1, see you in round 3. Alright, 1-1, round 3. Would you like to play first? Yes. I'll keep this hand. Sam needs some work for sure, but we have a turn 2 Chalice for 1, which is kind of what we're trying to do. Alright. That was weird. How the turn like passed like that. So I don't really need these end step stops. Can keep the stop on my opponent's end step. Kind of used to playing with those from Pauper now, so maybe I should keep them, but I'll fetch on their end step. Oh, it's Tron? Okay. Still like Chalice on 1 against Tron. Still pretty good. And Tron, I think, is a really good matchup for this deck. It's just Cinderglade here. Just get that out of the way. Another Chalice. Okay. Gonna certainly Chalice on 1. Let's just Stomping Ground. They have Expedition Maps, Stirrings, Stars, Spheres. They have a lot. We have 2 Crumble to Dust in the sideboard, which is nice. I don't want to see into Tronland, Sylvan Scrying, and then just ignore this Chalice. That can certainly happen. Tower, Sylvan Scrying. Oh, Relic? Okay, nice. Nice. Land is huge. I think I'm going to cast Explore rather than Sakura Tribe, because if I hit a land, I can actually cast Sakura Tribe also. We don't. Okay. Not the best turn there. Again, 30 lands in the deck. Just want to draw lands. Been struggling to. Don't Natron me. Please. Alright, Forest. I don't hate seeing that. Castle is great. It allows me to guaranteed Titan next turn with Sakura Tribe with Steve as well. So let's just go Castle. I could Chalice on 2 this turn, because if I draw any land, I can still Titan. And Chalice on 2 stops them from casting Sylvan Scrying as well, so they like have to Natron us. Let's do it. It's taking like the slow route, but I think it's taking the safe route. Because if they top deck Sylvan Scrying, I don't want them to Tron. So let's just Chalice on 1 and 2 here. Could have just Chaliced on 1 also in case they Natron and like Karn one of our Chalices. Okay, Power Plant. This is a great creator, sure. Ooh, they can just start plussing on these. Oh my god. Now we get punished if we don't draw land. Oh my fucking god. Jesus Christ. Okay, we still might be fine. because I can just go search for tomorrow, cast Steve, next turn cast Primeval Titan, and kind of like just start Valakuting them pretty early here. Oh, I can't cast Steve. Oh my god. I am fucking up this league so bad. Oh my god. I was about to just cast Steve into my own Chalice. So much for playing it safe. They have a Karn on 7, and now they Sylvan Scrying, get Tron, and they're probably going to get Karn, exile my castle, and stop me from ever casting Titan. I got so punished here. I punted this game. I could have had a Titan in play there, but I decided to cast the Chalice, and it just didn't work out. Oh my god, it feels so bad. Now they can just like even get Sundering Titan or something. I'll play it out, but holy shit, this feels bad. If I had just gone like Steve instead of Chalice on 2. Alright, I guess I exile a Titan. Oh my god. So they're gonna minus, are they gonna get, if they get Sundering Titan, I'm gonna concede. I think this is a good matchup because I've played from the Tron side this matchup many times, and it feels really bad for Tron. Especially Chalice is good in this matchup too. I guess Karn is good against Chalice, but still. And they get Chalice. They're going to Chalice for 4? Okay, well. They can't Chalice for 6. That costs 12 mana. So they're going to Chalice for X equals 4 to stop my Scape Shift. It's pretty smart. I might be able to beat this. They Sphere, crack it, or maybe just leave it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I already have 5 mountains, so no reason to get another one yet. So let's get Forest. Another Primeval Titan is actually a really good draw. Now I think that allows me to get double Valakut here pretty safely. And then I can cast another Primeval Titan next turn, assuming they don't go Karn plus, play another Karn plus. I guess they could get an Ensnaring Bridge with this. But I still think I want to just get double Valakut and then play another Primeval Titan next turn. Okay, pass. Still might be able to win. Just, oh my god, I could have Titaned earlier and then just had an easy victory. Ulamog. Exile Titan, exile both Valakuts. I think that's game. And they Karn, exile Titan, and then they... Oh, they have Yavimaya? Is that even good? It's like a non-basic, or like... Not sure if that's good. I guess they can play it like... I don't know if it's good. Not sure. So now if I Titan, get Valakut Mountain, I can shoot one thing, but I just don't think it's enough. They can also get Ensnaring Bridge with this. I guess I keep playing. It doesn't like really hurt me to just take this line. I feel like this game was a throw. Like it should have been a win, and I feel like it is now. Well, it is now a loss. So I guess I just get Sheltered Thicket. I have to shoot the Karn so this doesn't get auto exiled. So they have to deal with it with something else. I suppose I'll play this. Pass. All right. Well, again, this matchup is still good for us, I think. So At least there's that. At least we have crumbles, and I think in general the matchup is just tough for them. All right, let's just concede. Got Trond. I've Trond many people, so can't be too angry. Crumble is good. Force of Vigor could be decent, but I kind of want to just stick to my game plan. I mean, having one or two outs to their Chalice, they're not going to like really Chalice on for me that much, but they do have Karn the Great Creator. I can just Force of Vigor like an Expedition map or something. I think it is worth it. And just take out like the Farseeks and is Explore better than Sakura Tribe? Probably. Could just have two Force of Vigor. Alright. Don't want to be too flooded on that effect. And Crumble, just locking them off of Tron is huge. I think this hand might just be too slow. Like, I don't have a turn 2 ramp, so I have double Crumble. All I need to do is draw land, but can I survive till turn 4? Like, they could either just turn 3 Karn or Wurmcoil me. The double Crumble is just making it, like, pretty tempting, but I think I'm just going to mulligan. Alright, I think this is actually just a better hand. I think I'm just putting back Force of Vigor and just trying to go for an early Titan here. Just gonna get a Stomping Ground, suspend, pass. Oh man, they play a star, sure. Glad they didn't play a map, and I would have been like, oh, should I have kept the force? I'm not sure. Steve, go. So I need a castle to be able to turn 3 Titan. Stirrings, sure. I just don't want to get Karned on 3 basically. There's mine. Oh, they took mine and then now they're playing map. Okay, okay. Good, good. I'm not gonna get turn 3 Trond. Sucks I had to throw back that Crumble hand, but I just had nothing else to do at all. I think I'm fine to keep getting mountains here. I can always get a forest with this if I want to, which I probably should do just to play it kind of safe. Let's cast. Also, I could draw a castle. Let's get forest, castle. Explore. Explore's not bad. Alright, let's just play 2 things. Pass. Oh, I should not have played mountain. I should have played Cavern, held the mountain for after I get the Valakuts. Wow, I'm playing so loose. I mean, I just need to get better at playing this deck, I guess. I'm not going to make any excuses, just need to get better. They get tower, play map. Okay, they're going to Tron up next turn, but they won't have 7 mana, most likely. Unless they just nat the power plant. Castle. A little bit late, but just get double Valakut here. So as long as they don't nat power plant, which Tron is known to nat Tron. I could have double triggered this turn if I had held the mountain. Oh no, I couldn't have because I don't have enough mountains in play. I don't know if it actually ended up costing me then, but still just pretty loose. I should have held the mountain. There's no reason to not. So even if they're going to get power plant, they have 5 mana. So they could cast like a Great Creator, but then there's not that much they can do, I think, with a Great Creator with only 1 mana floating. They have like a double Dismember here. No. Sphere into another Stirrings. And they concede. Okay, nice. We executed our game plan that time. They kind of stumbled. On the draw, do I want another Force of Vigor to deal with like Expedition Map specifically? I feel like I do. Taking out any more ramp spells just seems incredibly greedy. You know what I can do is I can take out a land or two, and then like even play Farseeks and just go to like 28 lands in this matchup because I need to go faster, so I need to hit these ramp spells. I like this. Let's actually go. Should I go 2 Scape Shift? Because this isn't good in the early game. It is an I win button, but definitely not siding out Gemstone Caverns. Cavern of Souls can come out. I probably should have sided that out, actually. And should I side out just Mountain, or I guess Fetch is fine? Go to 28 lands. It's possible I should still have 3 Scape Shift because, again, it is an I win button. 3 Force of Vigor might just be too much. All right, let's do this. Just go back on what I said, but I still do like having 2 Farseeks over 2 lands because I still have 28 lands, and now I have more ramp spells. So I like it. Oh, Snap Keep. Turn 3 Crumble, let's go. They mulligan to 6. They mulligan to 5, as Tron does. And this hand just looks perfect. We haven't drawn our Nat Valakuts yet, but I'm not going to mull a turn 3 Crumble. That's exactly what I want to do in this matchup. Came prepared. Hopefully we don't get like they don't turn 3 Karn Liberated on a 5-card hand. Which is certainly a possibility. Let's go Shock, Suspend, Pass. I really do like Search for Tomorrow in this build. All right, they have turn 3 Tron, not Nat with the map, but oh, Explore, like it. I like it. So I think I should just fetch a Mountain and then cast Explorer. Now, even if they Karn us, we at least still get to Crumble, and then maybe we can get back into it that way. Let's Explore, not forget to play our land. Just play a Cinderglade here. I guess I was going to get another basics off Search for Tomorrow. I should have played Stomping Ground. It's probably not going to be relevant, but it could be. Another slight misplay from me. Just really loose play in general. Just going to play as best as I can from every point. All right. Karn? No, it doesn't look like a Karn. Oh, it's a Chromatic Sphere. Is this like a Thragtusk? Oh, Worm. Worm I can beat. Because I can just start triggering Valakuts at some point. Let's cast. Get Mountain. We don't have anything going on, and we don't have any Valakuts yet. Crumble the tower. Exile all of these. They have Ugin and Cradle in hand. They have some Wilts. Ancient Stirring. They have 2 Force of Vigors. 2 Force of Vigor, 2 Wilt. That's a lot. Karns. They have Karn the Great Creator. They said sheesh, 4 mana. Yeah. 4 mana is not that much when you can have 4 mana on turn 3 a lot of the time. They have Warping Well as well, so they can counter Scape Shift with that. Good to know. And they have 2 relics still in the deck. That's interesting. All right. Seen pretty much everything I need to see. Just play this tapped. Could still certainly lose here. We have nothing else going on. Need to basically draw Titan. They still have a Wormcoil out, so. All right, they draw a card. They play Yavimaya, I assume. Warping Well, make a 1/1. Anything. Primeval Titan. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't want to play any more mountains yet. I think I'm just playing Castle Pass. I mean, I have to draw something next turn or I still lose to that Wormcoil. I have Steve. I have like Dryad to chump with. gonna be tough. They're just cycling through their deck, sure. I could have maybe beat a Karn more easily than a Wurmcoil, because Karn doesn't actually kill me that fast. Alright. I mean, they didn't attack with this, but I think we just lose. Sucks. I think this matchup is incredible for this deck, especially like if we just don't die so quick. GG's. That was really bad. Just needed something else. I'm feeling like let's go to the deck. I'm feeling like if I wanted to change anything moving forward, I think what I would want to do is like do something like this. Just like play endurance in the main. I mean, maybe the build that I have now is just fine. I just need to give it more time. I've also been playing really terribly, so maybe it's just that. But again, gotta apologize for my bad play and just do as best I can moving forward. Let's just keep trying. See you in round 4. All right, we're against Is It Necessary? I've played against this opponent in like a Pauper Challenge before. Would you like to play first? Yes. I think I need to mulligan this hand. I don't think this does it. All right, well, I'll keep this. At least we have a castle with this hand. And we have a cavern too. Just put back a mountain. This hand is sketchy. Just play a thicket. I guess I could have kept that to cycle, but oh wow, they flash in double Force of Virtue on the turn 1. Jeez. They have double Anthem in play, but they exile. They play a 3/3 lifelink on 1. They have 2 cards in hand. Oh my god, I'm just not going to play any spells. Okay. Well, triple anger coming in. They don't have another play. Might be able to just get a Titan going here. Just Cinderglade plus Wooded Foothills here. Alright, might just be fine here. Titan should be really good in this matchup. Spectral Possession. Okay, well, we might just also be dead. At least we have a blocker for this, and then we're taking 9, and then we can start Valakutting these down, hopefully. At least that's the game plan. It's Cinderglade. Okay, then let's go Castle into Titan. Ooh, that will be good next turn. So, yeah, I think we should still likely be good. I guess if they have a path, it's going to get rough, but at least we get double Valakut here. Okay. I want to use the ability, yes. Man, we just cannot nat draw the Valakuts. Path. Okay, well... Oh, this doesn't actually trigger. Oh, that's brutal. It's okay. I still will get 4 triggers next turn, so I can still wrath their board, but oh, they're going to be able to eventually start making 1/1s. Okay, so I just go Dryad, and then double trigger, shoot, shoot, always yes, always yield, then always yes to this, and then shoot both their things. I guess I'm naming Giant, so why not? Shoot, shoot. They will be able to make a 3/3 end of turn. But okay. Just trying to draw Escape Shift at this point, or another Primeval Titan. Oh man, that's game. No. Not like this, opponent. Not like this. All right. You got pressed by the Force of Virtue deck. Do I want Force of Vigors for those? I feel like no. I feel like I want to bring in all my interaction though. Is Bone Crusher and or Chalice even good? I don't think Chalice is actually good in this matchup. I mean, a lot of their things... What did they... They have Raised the Alarm. I mean, they probably have a ton of 2-drops themselves. But I don't really want a Chalice on 2, as we saw earlier. Let's just side out Chalice. I think just bringing in all these is good. Can take out Cavern. Take out one Farseek. Do I want... I could have like just 2 Force of Vigors as well. Could side out like another land, like a Gemstone Caverns, because I'm on the play. Side that back in. And then, what's my last cut? Another Farseek. And Bone Crusher Giant really isn't that good. I mean, mostly they're just making tokens. I guess I would rather ramp than Bone Crusher. Just ramp and then Anger. Yeah, this seems better actually. And then just actually have triple Force to just deal with their anthems. Alright. I like this better actually. Go down to 28 lands. We'll put the Gemstone back in for game 3 if we survive. Keeping this. This hand is actually good. If they don't end of turn Anthem, okay. Well, Anger might be just super sweet this game. That takes down. Let's just go Castle. Farseek, get a duel. I guess I get Thicket. Pass. Interested what they're gonna do here. Just gather. Okay. Wonder if I want to Anger or not yet. I mean, they're gonna get to flip this, which I don't like. Might be worth it just to Anger right now. Just keep them off my back, basically. There's a Valakut, finally. I mean, do I care about them flipping this? I mean, I think I do. But they might just play more things. I could also just, like, Force of Vigor this, as bad as that is. And if they play an Anthem, just Force of Vigor this plus Anthem. I'm just going to pass the turn here. Plan on Angering next turn. Could be wrong, but I have 2 turns until I can Scapeshift anyway. Force of Varying the Legion's Landing feels pretty bad. But if they flash in an Anthem here, then that's just solid for me. Then I'll probably just blow it up on my turn even. I mean, I guess they could play 2 Anthems, so I probably shouldn't. They're flashing Force, pitch Force. When you attack with 3 or more, transform it. So this trigger goes off. I could always respond to that, so I can wait. So now they're going to attack, trigger, and then I just Force of Vigor both things. This is going to trigger, I assume. Might as well just force this now. Nice. Then if they commit a bunch more to the board, I can just Anger. And I am pretty close to just Scape Shifting as well. They're at 21, I guess, so I need to go to 8 lands. Okay, well, this worked out well. Another Valakut, love it. Oops. Can't play 2 lands in the same turn. I wish I knew the guy's name, because there was this one pro who he would cheat by, like, he did that a couple times where he would, like, in Legacy, he would go, like, play land, and then from hand, he would just take a card from his hand and, like, wasteland the opponent. And it was, like, a huge scandal. It was pretty funny. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. So let's go Sakura Tribe. Stomping Ground tapped. Just going to escape shift them here. Escape shift. Oh. Mistapped. Escape shift. Let's just sack everything. I guess I don't need to sack the Valakuts. I can just sack these. Get mountains. Just need to click on all mountains here. Okay. Triggers on the stack. Got him. Now that they know about Anger of the Gods, I can't be so like passive with it, but still fine. They also know about Force of Vigor, but still think it's worth it to kill the Anthems. That can buy a lot of time. What am I cutting? Escape shift? They also can gain a fair amount of life, so escape shift isn't as good as just Nat playing a bunch of lands. And I like having the gemstone here. Oh man. 29 lands in the deck. Opponents snap mulligans. I think we just have to mulligan as well. It's pretty close. I mean, if I draw one land, then I can kind of continue to hit land drops. I have the Anger. Let's look at our odds. So we have 28 lands left in the deck. Let's see, let's pull up the calc. 28 lands left in the deck, and we have 53 cards total. So each draw step, we have a 52.83% chance of drawing a land. So we have over a coin flip per draw, and we have 2 draw steps. So we have about like a 75, just like a 77% chance, or even slightly higher, about that, of drawing a land by turn 2 to play Steve. And we're going to suspend Search for Tomorrow. I think this is actually a keep. It's really weird to keep one land, but we have so many lands left in the deck that we're very likely to hit lands. And even if we don't on the first 2 draw steps, if we lose the 77% chance, we can still get there on turn 3 with the Anger plus Search. Okay, nice. It was a tap land, so it's a little awkward, but I'm still just going to suspend Search for Tomorrow. Pass. It's good. It allowed us to at least be able to Anger at some point here. Okay, Squadron Hawk, it's fine. It's like one of the slower token producers, but that does get them out of the mulligan pretty nicely. Okay, first counter down on that suspend. Play Sheltered Thicket, pass. Still need to draw more lands, but at least we're going to be able to Anger at some point. They Force of Virtue, pitch a Squadron Hawk, and they double Legion's Landing. Okay, might need to just Anger here. They have 2 more Hawks in hand that we know about, and 4 cards total. Might actually just need to take a hit. Play like a Sakura Tribe here. Guess I'm getting Mountain. Nice, we draw a land naturally, that's huge. I can play Dryad because then they can't even really attack with anything. And then I can like Anger next turn. Yeah, I'm gonna just play Dryad. We don't have any more lands to play because we kept a 1-lander, but still looking fine. Just want to draw more lands at this point. Castle is probably our best draw, so we can Titan. And it's possible this deck should just be built, instead of the Chalice, like, just play the Anger's main or something and not play the Bolts. I've always, like, thought that could be a reasonable solution. Let's look at that real quick. Like, yeah, what if you cut these, just play, like, 3 copies of Anger main, or even Sweltering Suns, the one that can cycle, and then, like, could even play, like, 1 or 2 Grazers. But, I mean, Chalice should just win a lot of matchups. All right, they're going to raise the alarm on their turn. Why? Oh, then they're playing the Conclave. Okay. Well, this is actually fine. I wasn't expecting them to have this card, but I have 3 Force of Vigor in my deck, so that gets even better. And now I can just anger away their board here. All right, let's fetch. Get Glade. Search for Tomorrow. I think I just need to anger right now. They just have slightly too big of a board. Let's just anger. Oh, I could have suspended this too. Honestly, I don't know if that's right because I might just want to cast it into Cast Steve next turn. Oh god. I could always draw another anger. We draw another land. So play land. Might not want to crack this because I can crack this after tightening potentially. So let's go cast Search for Tomorrow. Get Mountain. Cast Sakura Trivelder. I'm at 13 here. Okay. Pass the turn. I have 5 mountains in play. And I have 6 lands total in play. Interesting. Okay. Could also just fetch another duel. And then keep the Sakura Tribe around. Not sure what's better. Okay, they flip that. It's kind of annoying. I go to 7. Creatures you control get +1/+1. I am pretty close to dying, but I think I can trigger some Valakut's next turn. Another Spectral Possession. Jeez. I'm in trouble. They have 2 Hawks in hand. I'm pretty sure. Is that right? Yeah. So I can fetch, go down to 6. I can also just fetch with this Steve here, which I think I'm supposed to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, do I just, let's see, 1, 2, they're at 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to draw a land to be able to scape shift them. Let's definitely sack this. Just get Forest. Okay, so now I can just scape shift them for lethal because I have now enough. So I actually want to just go Mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4 green sources. I need to fetch here actually. I can just get Forest. And then I just go float 8 mana so I can potentially double scape shift if I have to. And then just get 2 scape shifts or 2 Valakuts plus mountains. This is always the sketchy part, clicking on your mountains. Nice. And just shoot them. Okay. Whew. We were able to beat mono white tokens there. So that's good. I don't think that's a real deck. Let's go round 5 and try to go positive in this league. I played poorly, so again, I don't like. That's the thing I hate most is like posting videos where I make a lot of mistakes in a league because I like to show that I can like play pretty tight most of the time, but you know, can't play perfect all the time. So gonna make some mistakes when you play Magic, and gotta show that too. And let's go round 5 again. Can still go positive in the league, so let's do it. All right. Round 5, we're 2-2 with red green scape shift with Chalice. Would you like to play first? Yes. On the play, I don't even know. So this is just a legendary land that comes in untapped that produces cards. Let's read the whole card. There's no shame in reading the cards. If it's in your opening hand and you're not the starting player, we are, you may begin the game with Gemstone Caverns on the battlefield with a luck counter. If you do, exile a card. Add 1 mana. If it has a luck counter, add 1 mana of any color. So it still comes in untapped. So this hand is still a keep. We can't suspend Search on 1, but we can still Chalice on 2 on turn 2 on the play. And then we have just a fair amount of lands and you know, other stuff going on. Pretty awkward. 0 mountains and only 3 lands, but this hand again is still totally reasonable. The Chalice, we'll see if it's good in this matchup or not. We also don't know exactly what we're against. Hopefully we can find out depending on what the opponent does on the first turn. Urborg. Okay, don't know what we're against still. I wonder if I want to like explore instead of chalicing on one because they didn't even play a 1-drop. I don't think so. It's just chalice. They could easily have like Thoughtseizes and Inquisitions or Bolts or anything like that. I mean, we could be against like Mono Black Discard or something. I think that's a good matchup. Swamp, Urborg Swamp. Is this Pox? Smallpox, yep, it is. Wow. So I can't really do anything next turn. I'm just sacking my Gemstone Caverns. They won't be able to cast any Inquisitions and Thoughtseizes now. They could play like a Liliana next turn. Alright, let's discard a card. I may just have to discard Titan because I don't know if I'm getting up to that. I'd rather keep the cards that I can like cast. They have to sack a land here too. I just never liked this card, honestly. I know there's a ton of people who love it. They just love playing Smallpox decks, but it's just not my thing. Could still be Black-White Pox as well. Could still like just play Stoneforge next turn or something. Steve. Steve isn't bad. Let's suspend. Play a tap land. Again, pretty awkward draw from us. And they did Stone Drain us with the Smallpox, but they also Stone Drained themselves. They discarded an Inquisition. I guess they kind of got away with it because of the Chalice. They got like a free discard. But okay, are they going to Stoneforge here? I just figured they're usually Black-White Pox because of I'm blanking on the name now, the land. Oh god, how can I not remember that? It's oh god, it's just escaping me. It's the land where if you play another, if it like dies, you get to search your library for planes. Godless Shrine, Stoneforge? No, what is this? Prismatic Ending to Chalice. Okay. This comes down next turn. If I draw a land, I might consider playing Explorer over Steve. Yeah, because then I can, if I draw another land, then I can play two drops this turn. So I think it's worth the risk. Okay, let's just not Chalice. I guess one problem with Chalice is that I can only Chalice on 1 or 2. But it's still pretty good. They obviously cared about it enough to ending it. They might have just had nothing else also, nothing else to do. Because I don't want to see Liliana. Had to say it. Had to say it. I think I might just discard Chalice at this point. Maybe not, because I think a lot of times they win by playing the Rack or Shrieking Affliction, if that's exactly what they're on. So maybe I just discard Explore. Yeah, because then I can Chalice on 1 again and they need more endings. And I can just keep playing Chalices on 1 and just try to not let them resolve their win cons. I mean, they can always Lily ult, but sure. All right, I'm going to get Mountain here. I want to get more Mountains into play. Our draw has just been super awkward here. Let's cast, get Mountain. Draw Farseek. I'm gonna have to discard a card here to Lily. So I think I want to just play Steve, play Farseek. And I don't think I want to Chalice on 0. I want to force them to have to plus Lily. So let's just play Steve, not crack it yet, play Farseek. And then we're off to the races if we ever draw Primeval Titan. Let's just get... I guess there is a world where we're cycling Sheltered Thicket this game, so let's just get a tap Stomping Ground. We have 2 basics this game, so looks good. Again, could Chalice on 0, but I want to just make them plus Lily rather than just leaving it at 4. I mean, I guess they're going to plus almost no matter what. Yeah. Could have just Chaliced on 0, but I don't even know if they have 0 drops. I didn't want to discard either of my ramp spells, so I think I'm just not going to crack Steve as well, because I want to start attacking Lily. They discard Batterskull, so they do have Stoneforge Mystic, which makes sense. It's a pretty concise, kind of a consolidated, I should say, win condition. Just like 4 Stoneforge with like 3 equipment. And it's a way to win without having to have too much mana in play. They Vindicate one of my lands. Okay. I still want to keep this in play to start attacking Lily, I think. If I draw Prime Time, sure, I can't cast it, and that really sucks, but I also want to start attacking this. No! Are you kidding me? I got so punished. Had to have draw Titan this turn instead of drawing land. I mean, I'm complaining about drawing Titan, but I thought about it, I chose not to, and then I just happened to top deck Titan right then. So brutal. God damn. Okay. Just gonna continue to keep the Sakura tribe in play, I guess. Feels really, really bad. They're gonna plus Lily. They want to get whatever card I didn't play out of my hand, for sure. Like, there's no question, right? It's possible also just having Lightning Bolt, like a normal person, is just like the best option for this deck still. It's also possible this deck's just not good. Okay, there's Damn. Wouldn't be surprised if they just have another random removal spell. Vindicate a land. Okay, they're at 0 cards, so are we. I couldn't believe that top deck Titan right then. No. No. Not like this. It's possible it would have been correct just to crack Steve just in case I top deck Titan right then, because casting Titan was such a huge plus, but I felt like if I just drew land, I would have been like, thank God I didn't crack Steve, because now I can pressure Lily, keep it from ulting. And they top deck Stoneforge. At least they might not plus Lily here. Alright, now we're cracking Steve for sure, and then we need to drop top deck a green source. An untapped green source. What'd they get? They got Cauldron Complete. Man, I don't even know if this is going to be good enough now. Green source. Oh my god. This league, though. I mean, I deserve most of what's happened to me. I've played terrible this league, but I don't deserve this. Getting my lands vindicated and stuff. They're going to Cauldron Complete, hit for 5. I can still draw a green source next turn. Yep, they put in Cauldron Complete, attack. Yeah, Flagstones, that's what it was. Okay. They attack for 5. I got a 14. I'm not able to really deal with Germ, but getting a tons of Valakutes and stuff with this should be good. Green source. Dryad. Now they're just going to make me discard this Titan. Feels bad. I guess they could minus a Lily here, actually. We'll see. Okay, they do. They attack me down to 9. It's getting to the point where it's like I don't have much time left. I kind of have to top deck a forest right now. I'm at 9. They have 6 power. They minus Lily. They're gonna like play an Inquisition or something. I actually don't even like the Chalices. That was so brutal. We could have won if we had chosen to sack the Tribe Elder, because we did top deck the Titan, but man, that felt bad. I like Bone Crushers and I like Force of Vigor, I think. Because Bone Crusher can kill Stoneforge, Force of Vigor can kill their equipment. They don't have that weird like the rack and stuff. They're just like a Stoneforge win con, which is better than playing any of that crap. And I don't really like Scape Shift because they're really trying to keep our land count down. So this looks good to me. Force of Vigor and Bone Crusher Giant. How about just main deck Bone Crusher Giant just for value and for like another attacker? Just be like even more clunky. I mean, Bolt is probably still the best option if you're not playing Chalice. These Chalices really haven't worked out. Maybe Chalice in the sideboard, 4 Chalice board could be like the best option and play like Bolt in the main. There's a lot of options, and also playing Grazer, as much as that card is not that great, it does help you like get the broken draws where you're turn 3 tightening. Also, not playing any Summoners Pact right now. Might want to go back down to 28 lands. Also, best option, honestly, just this deck is just not that well positioned in the meta right now. All right, this hand is great. They mulligan to 6. Get to just ramp away with this hand. Like, Smallpox generally is going to be really bad against us. Okay. Just want to draw Primeval Titan as per usual with this deck. That was just so brutal when we top decked the Titan and then top decked another one. And it was like, why can we just not draw land and then Titan? Just keeping us barely off of it. Like, vindicating our lands is usually not that good of a proposal for them. Like, it's usually not enough to like keep us off of triggering Valakuts, because everything in our deck is a land or puts lands into play. Okay, probably take this, honestly. Oh, they take Steve. Okay. They might have like another Thoughtseize or something for this. Pure Jank 96, huh? Search. We just draw a Wooded Foothills. Do I want to play that now? I think I do, even though it's something they don't know about. I'm gonna fetch because I don't really want to draw lands. I want to draw like action spells, like ramp spells, or stuff like that. Even increases my chance to naturally draw a Valakut. I feel like I'm gonna get Thoughtseized here. All right. Nothing? Interesting. I guess they're just leaving up like a removal spell for the Dryad. Let's just Glade. Cast Search. Get Mountain. Have plenty of green sources. Draw another land. Play Dryad. Play 2 lands. I think I'll keep the Mountain in hand this time. Pass. All right, come on, prime time. They don't play anything? Wow. Also, Valakut would be a good draw. Random ramp spells aren't really doing much at this point. I guess they can Vindicate the Dryad. That'd be fine. They're going to Damn it? No, Vindicate. Oh, Smallpox. I guess that makes sense. I can sack Flagstones. I guess I'm sacking Castle here because I have another one. I'll have to discard a card too. So this actually is a really good Smallpox. That's why they didn't take this. I guess I could have just not played it. I think I want the Mountain. I actually need to make sure to be able to cast Titan if I can. So actually I'm just going to discard Mountain. There's a chance they make me discard another card, which is discard Castle and then sack Mountain. So I actually got kind of wrecked here. Got super wrecked. Can still top deck a Titan though and get to cast it. I guess they can also cast something that costs 1 mana. Get Triome. Alright. Explore. Cast it. Okay, there's a Nat Valakut. They could always kill that with Vindicate. I'd like to just go empty-handed here. 4 mountains in play, so I'm 2 mountains off of triggering Valakut now. They just do nothing? And there's the prime time. There we go. Nice. Now the question is, do I get 2 more Valakuts? Oh, I have to cast it. If I get 2 more Valakuts, or do I get Valakut Mountain? I think I'm getting double Valakut here. Just seems like it's like the hardest for them to deal with. Yeah, they can kill the Primeval Titan, but can they deal with just like me finding all my Valakuts? Like, yeah, if they cast another Smallpox, they kill this, but then I'm just sitting here with triple Valakut in play and a bunch of lands. I guess they could path the prime time and I don't get to trigger yet, but okay, they gain 4 life, make me sack. That was a pretty good exchange for us. Liliana plus, sure. Play a land, they discard a card. It's probably just another land. Oh, a Cauldron Complete. Well, I like seeing that. Wonder what their last card is though. Explore, sure. It's a redraw. Bonecrusher Giant. Okay. Well, let's do the thing. Stomp this, and then cast it. And then they have to trade their Liliana for this. I guess they could have a Smallpox as their last card, but Bonecrusher still kind of did its thing. Ooh, what I could have done, I could have let them try to plus a Lily and then stomp the Bonecrusher in response, but I think I like just honestly just deploying it right now, because if they want to use Lily to kill Bonecrusher, they have to get rid of their own Lily. Okay, well that's annoying. I think I'm just sacking the castle at this point because I have enough mana to cast anything. They have 0 cards in hand, they plus, and then they can draw a card whenever. They probably don't want to right now. Nice. There we go. Okay. So now I can just get double mountain and fire a million triggers. So classic Tron top decks Tron, Scapeshift top decks Titan. Feels pretty bad, I'm sure, for them. So now I'm just getting double Cinderglade. And how many triggers is this? 3, 6, 9. This is only 18 damage. So I have to kill this. Okay. Yes, I want to always use it, and I want to always yield to it. Yes. Oh, I have to always yes to all these. Yes. Always yes. Yes. Okay. Nice. They draw. They're going to need something pretty good here, because we can top deck Mountain, Ramp Spell, and they need to also have an answer. I just don't see it. I think this matchup should be good. Damn it. Sure. That's literally like one of the only things that doesn't allow us to win. Because a Sakura tribe, I guess a Dryad doesn't allow us to win right now. Okay. Like I said, this deck top decks prime time. Yes, I want to use the ability, and they concede. Okay. Really, like their plan is like stop us from getting to prime time. Our plan is like get to prime time. I still think Force of Vigor has got to be good because I can just kill the stuff like when they have the turn 2 Stoneforge draws. I can just kill their stuff. Maybe 3 is too many though. Go like 2 and 2 Scape Shift. I can also just play all the copies of Endurance in order to just like have another flash creature to just like flash in and like eat their thing, or like it doesn't seem that good actually. Let's just do this. Just stick to the game plan of ramp and lands. Still have 30 lands, which is a nice place to be. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna keep. We potentially get crushed by like a turn 2 Smallpox from them if we don't draw any lands, but again, 30 lands in the deck. Looking good. Man, I think honestly, like these modern leagues seem so much easier to do well in compared to the Pauper leagues, because the Pauper leagues, people generally are playing the best decks, and there's not that many players, and a lot of those players are very good. But in these modern leagues, I found people just play whatever they want in all these random decks. I think it's easier to do well in modern. The top level modern players in general might be better than the top level Pauper players. Wow, they took Scape Shift? That's surprising. I'm just going to Valakut here, because then I can just turn to Stomping Ground plus Ramp. And they could go like Flagstones plus Smallpox here, so maybe I wasn't supposed to do this. I mean, yeah, if they just Smallpox me, they get rid of Valakut. It's annoying. Oh my god, are they going to do... They're going to have like the God draw? Okay, Inquisition, that's... I did not want to get Smallpox there, actually. They take Dryad. Sure. They also Thoughtseize. I mean, in general, Thoughtseize and Inquisitions are not that good against this deck. Search for Tomorrow, a little late for that, bud. Let's go. Pay 2 life. Tribe Elder. Go. Pass the turn. No need to sack Tribe Elder yet, but I will, I guess, sack it at their end step. I want more mana next turn. Again, in response to Smallpox, I'll have to sack the Tribe Elder, obviously. It's an Ashiok. That's pretty annoying for me. Could have kept the Tribe Elder in play, but I just can't search my library at all. That wrecks these 2 cards. Oh no. I literally can't do anything. I can't even prime time against that. Oh no. Alright, well, we're on the naturally draw lands plan. That's so bad. It says spells and abilities your opponents control can't cause them to search their library. I don't think they should be minusing Ashiok. At least maybe not the second time. Alright, just gonna play this. Pass. I Force of Vigor up, but that's it. I can't cast these ramp spells into an Ashiok. Pretty bad. I didn't want to keep Tribe Elder in play, because then if they just have removal, I don't get to sack Tribe Elder. Thoughtseize. Sure. Good news is I can play a Primeval Titan if I draw it. I won't get to search with it, but I get to still play a 6/6. Drawing a Dryad is still pretty good too. Drawing lands naturally is also just fine. They have 2 cards left. If they minus this to 3, it just gets easier for me to kill. They keep it at 4. That's smart. Don't want to lose this matchup. Play this taps, just F6. Could certainly lose it though to Ashiok. Just die to that 1 card, basically. Vindicate the Valakut. It's pretty bad. Honestly, like, not much to say at this point. Just gonna try to draw lands and play them. We are hitting land drops, so that's good. Pretty unexciting here, honestly. All right. Silent Clearing is actually good for them. They can draw a card. Just keep playing lands. I feel like they have to have removal spells in hand. Like, I'm so far away from dealing with that Ashiok, honestly. Even if I draw Dryads, they're probably going to have removal spells for them in hand. It would be a solid draw, though. Okay, Steve is actually a good one. I can start attacking the Ashiok. So I can start going for it. They probably just have to use a removal spell on the Steve. We have 4 mountains in play. Opponent with the Savai Triome and a Flagstones here. I guess they could easily have a Smallpox in hand. They're not casting anything yet. I feel like they have Smallpox, right? I guess I would just be sacking Forest. Second Flagstones trigger. What feels worse to play against? Ashiok or Narset when you're locked out from them? Or even Teferi? They all feel pretty bad. Okay. Can't crack this, but I'll play it. Attack Ashiok. Alright. Got 1 damage on it. Nice. I don't know what they have in hand. They could have another Ashiok. They could have... What? I'm really not sure. They have a lot of mana. They could have a Kaldra Complete. They're minusing the Ashiok now. Then they're going to play another one. They must have a second Ashiok. There's no way I can fetch in between Ashioks or anything. Timing doesn't work like that. Smallpox. Pass. There's Prime Time. Okay, let's attack. Still going to play Prime Time this turn, even though I don't get to use the ability. Then I have 2 creatures in play. I guess they could have a Dam in hand. Maybe I'm not supposed to play it. Don't want to get damned. Alright, I'm just going to not play it. Just pass. It's kind of weird. So weird that they chose to minus the Ashiok. That really shows me that they likely have another one. And are they going to play it without minusing? Because so they did have Dam. Okay. So I'm happy I didn't play that. I know I don't get to search, but it was just going to die anyway. Milk is prevented from searching. They probably have another Dam in their hand, honestly. I might even want to just wait on this even longer. Play another Flagstones. I guess they could have another Flagstones in hand. Their Ashiok's down to 1. Oh, wow. How many Valakutes are milled? Is this just the revealed ones? Okay, so just 2 Valakutes gone. I want to try to deal with this before playing this so I can get my Valakutes. I might just have to play it. I just feel like they definitely have another removal spell. Okay, well, now I think I should play the Titan. I don't want to get it discarded to a Thoughtseize or something. But I did want to try to play around Dam, which I was successful in. At least the first one. Oh, nice. Nice. That is so good. Okay, can't fetch yet. So let's think about this. So I can go add 6 mana. Just like this. Add 6 mana for creatures, and then go stomp the Ashiok right now, and then cast Primeval Titan. Oh, I'm not allowed to use it? Okay, well, that's annoying. So I'll just stomp this now, and then cast Primeval Titan. Doesn't really matter. I was just kind of trying to be cute. I thought I could use Castle Mana, because it says abilities of creatures, but this is just different because it's a adventure, so it's actually just like casting a different spell. So let's stomp this, and then cast Primeval Titan, get 2 Valakutes. Yeah, Bone Crusher is sick. Cast Primeval Titan, that was such a good draw. Get double Valakut. I think the opponent misplayed by minusing the Ashiok, honestly. So I can respond with a fetching to something for these Valakut triggers. But not, oh, they concede. Nice. Whew! Did not want to lose to that deck. So we were able to fight back for our 1 chest and the 1 QP. The Chalice's main honestly really just didn't feel worth it. Like, it felt worse than Lightning Bolt and having some Grazers. I just feel like, yeah, they felt pretty bad, but against Murktide they were actually pretty good, and against the Cascade decks it's just so solid to have it to stop them from cascading, whether it's Living End or Rhinos. So kind of trying to hate on those in the main deck a little bit. Again, I think it would be totally fine. Cut 1 or 2 lands, maybe even the Gemstone Caverns. Cut all the Chalices, move them at least some to the board. Then you could play like Bolt and Grazer on 1 and be like a little bit more streamlined. I think this deck is fine. I don't think it's as good as some of the other top modern decks right now, but it was fun to play it. Thanks so much for watching. Channel is youtube.com/snapbolt. Check it out. Go to the channel. Sub to the channel if you like the content and want to support. Till next time. Peace.